Pros.
Right.
You want to start? Oh,
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our live Fibromyalgia Impact Tour. This is where we highlight amazing advocates around the world and share how they're making an impact in their community. Today, we're visiting Chicago as we make a stop with our good friend Mari. Let's kick it off with introductions, and then we'll have everybody introduce themselves. So let's have our good friends Looms for Lupus start the introductions.
wonderful. Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. I am Estela Mata, one of the co-founders of Looms for Lupus, a nonprofit organization that my sisters and I founded to help those living with lupus and support those living with overlapping conditions like fibromyalgia, their loved ones and caregivers. So we're excited to be here today on this beautiful Friday.
Hello, everyone. Good morning and good afternoon to others. My name is Juana Mata. I am the other co-founder of Looms for Lupus, and I was diagnosed with lupus in 2009.
Hi,
Well,
and I'm
yes.
sorry.
Oh no, go for it. I was gonna introduce, say, but go. Introduce yourself. Go. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Oh my God, I'm so happy to finally meet you. Not in person, but in person, the 2020 way. This is our in person. I'm Mari. I am from Chicago, and I have the support group called Lupus Spoons, and I've been living with lupus, fibromyalgia, children's, for almost 9 years, since October 9th of 2012, 1:01 p.m. I will never forget that. And then I was just recently diagnosed with Raynaud's, and I know that I've had that for a couple of years, and finally the doctor agreed with me. And I'm just being diagnosed. I was just diagnosed a couple of days ago with I'm getting arthritis in my hands. So what else? Come on, throw what else? That's just the autoimmune. That's not even all the other stuff that I have, but you can tell. I don't show it.
Well, I'm glad you're joining us today. This is going to be a fun adventure because we get to visit Chicago. So we're going to explore. I've heard that you are a human GPS and can show us around, even virtually will make it great. But it's good to highlight some of the impact you're making. So this is part of this tour, is all the advocates making a difference in the community. We're going to talk about the programs and stuff that you've started and how you got inspired, but also maybe some of the needs that you also find in the community. Some of the previous topics have included food insecurity, healthcare access, health equity. So all of that stuff, as we come together as advocates, will open up the discussions. So everyone out there, let us know where you're tuning in from. Leave a comment, participate in the questions, give a shout out, and bring your spoons. So we'll have definitely some good shares. So let's kick it off with some of the questions here. What inspired you to start Lupus Spoons?
Okay. As everyone knows, Chicago is very big, and it's a melting pot, but it's still diverse. I mean, it's a melting pot, but it's still like a little bit segregated. So I'm on the north side of Chicago. So I'm a support group from Lupus Society of Illinois. So I think they have like 9 other support groups, but they're all far south in the south side of Chicago, where it's predominantly African American. Then they have one in like a little village area, which is predominantly Mexican, Hispanic, and there was nothing in the north side. And so I would attend their events and stuff, and I would keep asking them, can you please have support groups? Because I want a support group. Like, I know a lot, I want to share, but also I want to meet people. Like, I have my mom, I have my daughter, but when I complain about something, they're still not going to understand exactly what it is because they don't have what I have. So I was yearning a support group so bad. So one of the ladies, she's the president of Lupus Society of Illinois. She's just like, Mari, you want it so bad. Why don't you start one? And I was like, okay, what do I do? How do I do this? She's like, I'll train you one-on-one, and just look for a space. And so we went to our church and we asked our priest, which he's amazing. Monsignor Jim, he's amazing. And he said, whatever you need, whatever I have, whatever you need, what do you need? And I said, I need a space. I need a space and permission to have a meeting once a month. And he's just like, my cousin has lupus and she's been living with lupus for 50 years. And he gave us the space. And I said, okay, I need an hour. And then our meetings kept going a little bit more. So he was just like, you have all the time in the world to 1 o'clock. So our meetings go from 10:30 in the morning to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And now that we're on virtual, our last one went to 1:40 in the afternoon. It's like, we don't want to stop talking. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I've met so many people and ladies from far south come to my meeting. And I love it. I absolutely love that I was able to get something on the north side. And we have people that even left Chicago and they're in Alabama, New Jersey, and Texas. And they still log on. And they're like, I'm so happy you're doing it virtually because once we left Chicago, we lost you. And now we can go back to our meetings. So I absolutely love that too.
Well, I love all of this. I love the story. I love what you did. And you literally saw that gap, right? You saw that needed to be done in your area and you took the chance and you did it. And I think that is the beauty of all this is you seeing that there was a need and you filled that need. And you didn't do it selflessly just for you. You did it for others. And I think it's amazing. And the fact that you guys go over so long, we thought our support group was super long. We do 9 to 11 or right now virtually, but we always tend to go over and I always try to moderate the time, but I'm the one that talks the most. So that's what keeps it going all the time. So you and I would probably go for long, but it's just amazing to see that. But do you guys incorporate anything else in your support group? You mentioned your mom and you mentioned your daughter. Do they attend the support group as well?
Oh yeah, that's my support team. And it's amazing that I have opened it up to not just lupus. So I have ladies in there that don't even have lupus. They have fibromyalgia. And I was just like, we all have the same symptoms. And the thing is that I have both. So I can represent you. I can represent you. And I know exactly what you're feeling and what you're feeling because I have them both. And so I have a husband that came looking for a support group and found us for his wife. I have a daughter that unfortunately her dad passed away last March. And he was the patient with lupus. And she says, I need a place, I need a support group because I want to learn how to help my dad. And I said, you're in the perfect spot because I'm the one with the illness, but here's my mom and here's my daughter that can tell you how they support me. And let me tell you, they support me. Like my mom knows, like I can be so sweet and so nice and so giving. And then when that pain comes on, I'm a different person. But she now understands and now she can teach others that, hey, there's going to be some days that, they're going to be happy-go-lucky and all nice. And then there's going to be days that they're very angry and you just need to understand it's not them. And I keep telling her, I'm sorry, it's not me. It's not like I want to be mean. I want to be such a bad person. I get so angry when I have so much pain and I can't control it. And it just gets me so angry that I just want to like disappear from everywhere. And I just want to stay home. And so that's what I want other people to know that, bring your family. And I always tell them, I spoke to a lady's daughter over the phone because she tells me, I wish my kids understood, like, your family, your mom and your daughter. And so I called her daughter and I talked to her daughter over the phone, and it felt so good. I don't know if it helped their relationship, but I just wanted to educate her on, have support for your mom. She's going through a lot, and it's hard. It's hard, but yeah, everyone's welcome. I tell everyone, bring your family, bring, whoever your support. This lady brought her best friend, and I just absolutely love it when you feel so comfortable that you can bring someone, not because you're scared, it's because you want them to learn what you're going through and learn from others. So I love it. I love that. I just love it. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
oh, I'm sorry. That's one of the great things, Mari, with our support group as well. And I think it's so important for the family members, loved ones to also be there, share, and learn, what we go through. Because a lot of the times it's not that they don't care for us, that they don't want to support us, is that they don't know, what we're going through. So I think it's important for family members, friends, loved ones to also learn from us in a support group
Yes.
and say what you're doing.
Yeah, I love it, and I always tell people, like, bring your family, and I that the lady that is her daughter, her dad that had the lupus, once he passed, I thought we would lose her, and oh my God, she made me tear up because she goes, my dad has passed, and yes, he was a lupus patient, but do you mind if I stay with you guys? I want to stay in your group. And I was like, oh my God, I would be honored to. Like, that's amazing. And she goes, I have found this family with you ladies, and she's a nurse. And so she was just like, they don't teach us a lot about lupus. We don't know what you ladies go through, what any of you patient go through. We only, in school, they taught us a little bit about it, not a lot. So we don't know a lot. So I wanted, I was just so touched that she wants to continue with us, and she still attends our meetings, and she's just like, I found a family with you ladies, and I feel that connection with you ladies, that no matter, my dad has passed, but I want to stay with you. And that just brought me so much joy. Like, then I know that we're having an impact on people, and it just felt amazing.
That's why I appreciate talking to people that run support groups, because you have such a different perspective, because you're right there within the community itself, and you can offer so much insight to what is going on. So it's great to like have the conversation, and then with Estella and Juana also running in support groups, and then you're bringing in your perspective, because this is how we also work together and figure out what the needs are from the community. And I love how you're bringing people together no matter the diagnosis. So we all have commonalities with conditions that we're managing, like you're talking about chronic pain. A lot of us understand that completely, and just brain fog, family, trying to get our family on board and understanding how do we communicate to our family. So these are all things that we can embrace together as a community. So it's fun to watch these conversations take place. And I know we're going to be working with you quite a bit. We started different proclamations, but just getting this insight and then supporting you. Like if you need resources for fibromyalgia, you know, we're happy to get those resources to you and the community. Which brings us to one of the other questions, is like assessing the needs. Are there things that you feel need to be strengthened in these programs, or things that you've seen and requests that your community has asked for? And then also, like, how can we work better together?
Well, it's perfect, because I have a few people that tell me, Mari, I can't, I want to join your Saturday group, but they're either in synagogue or they're working because they can't work during the week. They work at, in the weekends as cosmetologists. And so I'm like, how is it that I can help you? And they said, is there a group during the week? And I'm like, there's going to be a group during the week, and it's going to be in the evening. So you go to synagogue during the morning, do whatever you got to do during the morning. So I talked to Lupus Society of Illinois and I asked them, I know that I just started this group. I'm the last one to start. I started August 9th of 2019. I'm so confused on the years. August 9th, 2019. And we are going to be starting one for the weekdays, Wednesday evening. And I just got to figure out, do I want it on the same week as the Saturday one or what? But I already have people that need it. And so I was just like, all right, we got this. Because all the other groups are also during the weekend, or some are during the week, but they're out in the suburbs. And these people are here in the city, and I was just like, let's do it. Well, and I go, I can do it. I can do a weekday one in the evening. So that was a need. And I asked if I can do it, and they said, of course. And they're all psyched out for that. I would like more groups for family members, because like, yes, they can come to mine and we can talk, but how about if they want to say things that, that they feel that they're going to hurt our feelings? And I tear up, I cry for everything, let me tell you. And so I was just like, during my group, when we ever go back face to face, do I have one room with just us patients and one for their family, our family members, and then we come together? Like, that's what I want to help a lot more family members and friends so they can better understand what's going on. That's my biggest thing, that like, I just want to try to help as many people, and it's just me. So I'm trying to like spread myself around and trying to get all these ideas. Like, where we have our meetings, we have a huge room, and there's a room right next door. It's just like, can I ask them, can we have family members over there and then lupus patients here? So, but
I want to say something though. It's no longer just you, even though we're virtual right now, because I know the heart that comes in from Estella and Juan, and I'm sure they have something to say about the caregivers. But yeah, you're not alone in this now.
Oh, yeah.
So we're all connected. We have that energy, so we can figure it out and support you.
I was telling the ladies, thank you. I was telling the ladies that work at Lupus Society of Illinois, I was just like, we're close with you. I'm close with you. I know you one-on-one, like you're my personal friends now. And I'm like, this is exactly how I feel about these 4 ladies. There's 4 ladies on the East Coast. And because I'm including Kelly too. And I'm like, there's 4 ladies on the East Coast that I feel like I've met them already. Like, we're such amazing friends. And we've never even spoken. Like, I've never even seen them live. And I go, I'm so close to them. And they're like, how is it that people on the East Coast or people on the West Coast, everyone knows who you are? And I was just like, I participate in every webinar that there's out there. I want to educate myself as much as I can, not only for me, but also for my support group. And I take notes on everything. And then so when we have our groups, then we talk about it. If it's something that I feel that they need to know now, like I'm emailing them saying, hey, this is going on and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, any way that I can help, that's what I want to do. And learn. I love education and I love empowerment. My daughter says, you're such a geek. You're like, oh my God. But I love it. I love school and I loved just learning and researching. I love it. So,
well, we're so glad to like have you here with us and just talking about all the needs in the community and serving and just supporting each other. Let's give a quick shout out because you have a lot of people who are giving you shout outs here. So let's go and say hello to everyone. Hi, Kelly. So she's sharing the love. We have Laura watching. Emmett's here. Good morning, Emmett.
Good morning.
Amanda, so all the lupus support groups, Toreen, Angela. So you have a lot of things here. Emily is giving you a shout out. Joe.
Awesome. Hello, everyone.
David, we have to connect. Oh, and then I see you're chiming in. So this is like awesome.
That is my mom and my daughter are on my Facebook on there. So
that's awesome. Yeah, Kelly is an honorary like East Coast member. Although I don't know, I can't give up for the colder weather, Kelly. So, but this has been great with all this stuff, and I know we're getting ready to highlight some of your work coming up. So I'll pass it over to Juana to make some of these introductions.
Yes, Mari. So we are just looking forward to continue or start working more with you. We had a proclamation meeting and it was great. So do you want to share with us some of your advocacy work with everyone?
Sure. What I do, when I met Donna Oram from Detroit, from Michigan Lupus Foundation, she made up a campaign, her pin. And I don't know if you guys can see it here. It says, "I talk out loud about lupus." I put this pin on my blouse, my sweater, my jacket, like in layers, like perfume, like your cream and perfume and all that stuff. I put that on because it brings so much conversation. I've met so many people. They're like, "Why are you wearing that lupus button? And who do you know with lupus?" And you open the door, honey, because let me tell you, do you got a few minutes? Because I'm going to tell you everything. And I always have my business cards on me, and I always invite them. I love like painting the whole city purple. Like we talked about at the at our meeting, I go to the dollar store and buy tablecloths, and I cut them in strips, and I go and dress all these trees and fences and light posts and everything. My mom goes and helps me, and then we, it brings conversation because people are asking, "Why are you guys putting up purple, ribbon?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, I have lupus." "Oh, what's lupus?" And let me tell you, here comes Marty, the teacher, and blah, 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 blah. And so I have even had strangers pass by and say, "Well, my house is blah, 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 and here's the address, and I have a tree, and you're more than welcome to dress my tree." And then I have a lot of family members that do that. And I, wherever I go, I talk about lupus. Like, I know that it's not all of me, but there's some reason I was chosen in my family to have this. And I have a mouth, and I have the education, and I have like the ganas. I don't know how to say that in English. Like the ganas to teach everyone. Like, I don't know how to say that in English. Estela, help me. Juana, like,
What? I was trying to figure it out too, because I was trying to figure out what the ganas is in English, but that's what I have too. And it's so hard to explain, though we just want to help. And exactly what you were saying, I always talk about lupus because I think it's important. So yeah, we do have the ganas, and I have to figure out what that word is in English, but we just want to help, right?
I thought I had an assumption, but I'm not going to say it on the thing. So
I need
to learn what you mean. Maybe I can before
I think it's the passion.
Yes, the passion.
And that urging passion, and you just want to give, and you do have a giving heart, and I love it. You have me smiling, and the reason I smile is because it is so relatable. Because to me, to hear you say everything you're saying, including caregivers wanting to do this, wanting to do that, and we did it alone too for a long time. And then we started asking people. So I want you to know you are not alone. And there are so many things you highlighted that Melissa is also working on, the nursing, the nurses and the students that are going to become doctors. They need to understand a little bit more because they don't get a lot of this education in school. So Melissa's working on a project like that as well. So we're all here to support one another. So it's amazing to see your love and your passion and your commitment to doing all of this. So it's really amazing. So I'm all smiles, but Melissa, do you have some pictures that you can show us of what Mari has been talking about?
Yeah, let's get to the slides. I think people were commenting the drive, the moxie, the passion. So I was way off in where my brain went. So let's just skip over that and get started and just like walk us through some of the imagery. So you have spoons too. So maybe we'll do a close up after we go through the slides so we can talk more about the spoons, because I really want people to hear what you've been working on and the projects you do.
Sure. This is little table, 4 tables of when we have our face-to-face support group. So the round table with all the books, it has our photo albums. It has Dr. Thomas's Lupus Encyclopedia, our Bible. Oh my goodness. No offense to anyone with religion, but that is my Bible. I love that book. And then Kay Mims wrote 2 books. She doesn't consider herself an author, but I do. She wrote 2 books, and Donna Orum's book, and then those are pamphlets and flyers, and then from Us in Lupus. So I always have a resource table, and my resource table is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So when we go back face to face, it's no longer that round table. I'm going to need a bigger table. And then we have flyers on the bottom picture. Those are flyers from Lupus Society of Illinois. Any events, educational events, and they have so many. They have educational events. They have flyers, little bookmarks that talk about the facts about lupus and where other support groups are. So I always have the upcoming events that they're going to be providing for us. I have that. And then in the bag, those are little gifts for everyone that comes. There's a t-shirt from our previous walks. There's a pencil that says Lupus Society of Illinois. There's bracelets that say Lupus Society of Illinois. There's bookmarks in there. And so just a little something. So when they come, they can have something. And then, of course, our spoons. Every time we meet face to face, our spoons are laid out on the table. And then you let me know when you want me to tell you about the spoons. I absolutely love it. And I've gotten people, because it says spoons in our title. So I absolutely love it. But yeah, my daughter and I did a lot of work preparing those spoons. I don't hear you.
You're muted.
Okay, I was like, oh no.
No, you haven't lost me yet. I definitely I want to go through, and then we'll come back to the spoons. I was debating whether to switch over. So I just love these pictures.
Yes. This was our 2017 walk. That is not my entire group. I always have a huge group, and those were just the specific ones that were next to me, and we always stop and take selfies. So those boards throughout the route, Lupus Society of Illinois is the one who makes the walk, and so they have these posters all over. So we'll stop and take pictures. There is this sculpture of a red dragon coming out of the ground. And that is every year we have to take a picture by that dragon, whoever's next to me. It doesn't matter. People go ahead of us, they're behind us, whichever, but we always take a picture. But that is a big part of my group that's with me. And I love it. As soon as I say I'm doing my walk, everyone's signing up. They're like, okay, what are we doing? What about our t-shirts? So when you sign up with Lupus Society of Illinois, you pay the $25 to join our team, but then you also get a shirt. And my mom has the 2020 shirt on this morning. And so you get a shirt, which is this one, which is the next picture. Perfect. And, but I like to make my own team t-shirt. And so I have used this company called Santana and Daughter, and my brother is the artist in our family. And I've told him, before I was Lupus Spoons, before I started this group, I was M by the power of 3. So M cubed, right? M cubed, which was Mari's Majestic Mariposas.
Oh, awesome.
And mariposas is butterfly because of the butterfly for lupus. And so I always told him I need the M to have a butterfly, but also to have the 3. So that previous picture, the 2017, you can kind of tell that it has an M, and then the butterfly, which is up on the top right corner, the outside wings are darker, so it can look like a 3, but it's a butterfly. So it's Mari's Majestic Mariposas. So when I started the group, I named us Lupus Spoons, but I didn't want to get away from the Mari's Majestic Mariposas that we had walked for so many years together. So I've combined them. So when we go on our walks, I combine. My team is called Lupus Spoons, Mari's Majestic Mariposas. So it has a long name. So I don't want the people that before my group to feel like, hey, you forgot about us, you know? But that's mainly my family and my friends. And then Lupus Spoons are my support group and their family and friends.
I love it. It's not long. You should see my name. My name is Maria Estela Mata Carcamo. So you could go with that team. We're good. That's why I have to shorten it. There's a lot of Maria, so I just use Estela Mata. But I love it. I love, what is it? Mari's Majestic Mariposas.
Mm-hmm.
That is an amazing name. And that suits you because it has your name. And then you're all about bringing in all the community together, all the mariposas. So I love it. And you do bring the magic.
And then the Majestic, it was perfect because my mom has been selling Avon for 46 years. And our division is called Majestic. So I'm like, oh my God, that is so, like, that's what I want. And so that's how I included the Majestic in there. And it's just brought out, it's amazing. It's amazing how the name really, really fit in.
Yes, I love it. I don't know if you guys see Melissa's pixelated. I think she's. Melissa, can you hear us?
Oh, no.
It looks like she's frozen, right?
Yeah. Well, it's okay. I love this. I love that you take pictures. You know, one of the things a lot of people usually used to tell us this, why do you like to take pictures all the time? Why are you taking selfies? And let me give a shout out to Christine von Reisfeld because she's just like you, Mari, and like us. We love to take pictures because we want to have a memory of what we're doing. My dad used to carry those big camcorders. He used to record everything. He used to take pictures all the time. So we're all about all of that. So those are the memories. And you can pinpoint, just like you told us about that red dragon and all of you guys going to that place. That's engraved in our brain. And a lot of times, you know, we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. And if I ever go to Chicago and if I ever pass by that dragon, I'm going to remember what you just said. And those are the things that I think drive a lot of what we do is we want to touch people. We want to create memories and instill those memories. And you are doing just that. You are not just, are you creating a support group and a community that was lacking that? You saw that there was a need to include caregivers. Just like we did, we wanted to include everyone. I wanted my mom to be there and I wanted to be there and we didn't have lupus, but we wanted to learn about how can we help our sister. We wanted to learn about what she was feeling, not just from her, but learning on our own so we can understand a little more, understand the treatments, understand how we can help her. And sometimes the best help we can give is to just be there and not do anything. We cannot fix a lot of the things you're going through. But the one thing we can do is be there. And the fact that your mom was right there with you this morning, supporting you.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that your daughter is right there, connecting everything. They are the anchors for you. And
Yeah.
I love it. And, a lot of my eyes water all day. So that's why I have my tissue. But a couple of those were tears because I'm like you. When I feel it in my heart, it just hits me and I can't stop my emotions.
Yeah.
And you have that majestic touch to touch people that way. And I just have to say that. I know I'm not even going like what you guys were talking about with the spoons, and we could go back to that because I think you've shifting me. I want to hear the story about the spoons. I'm just excited to hear about that. But we have you back, Melissa. We lost you for a second, but we kept going.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, let's hear about the spoons and then we'll go back to the slide deck. So let's share the spoons.
Okay, so the reason why I called it Lupus Spoons was because of the spoon theory. And I live by that spoon theory every single day. And when you first come, and anyone that's in my group knows that the first day you come to our group, we welcome you and you're going to sit down. And if you haven't heard about the spoon theory, we pull out the tablet and we have you listen to the spoon theory. And so many people tell me, Mari, I can hear that over and over and over again. And I still cry because it hits me so hard. So I told my daughter, I was just like, all right, when we make up our name, it's got to include something spoons because we use our spoons every single day. And so I was just like, okay, it's just going to be called Lupus Spoons. So when you come in, like I said, we have a long conference table. And on there, we have a spoon. One going this way, this way. So what we did is we went and got purple spoons, and then we got a purple ribbon and hot glued it. So then we got this butterfly, and we get all different kinds of butterflies, all different colors and stuff. And then we hot glued it there. But then not only, we also hot glued a magnet to the back. So you can put it on your fridge, on your filing cabinet, wherever, so that you can always remember. So I tell them, we sit down, we listen to the spoon theory, and then I always say, because you're here with me, I want to share my spoon. Ooh, there goes the waterworks. I want to share my spoon with you, and everyone is allowed to take a spoon home. And every time someone new comes in, the new person takes a spoon home. And so for our 2020 walk, we took spoons, and the people, and it was amazing that I had so many men at my walk. And it was supposed to be, it's 2020 walk. So it was supposed to be a little group. Oops, it was a big group. And we had a lot of men, and they absolutely loved the story of Lupus Spoons. And they all got their Lupus spoon, and they tell me, Mari, it's on my fridge. Mari, I have it at work. I think about you all the time. And I said, please, I want you to know how special you are to me, that I choose to use my, share my spoons with you. And there's many times that I use all my spoons in one day. And there's some times that I have some extra, and it's not too many days I have extra. I'm always going overboard. And that's when my mom is just like, Mari, don't use all your spoons today. Don't use all your spoons. But I wish I can make them tiny so we can make it as a pin. So got to get that idea. We got to make little ones so we can wear them as a pin. One of the ladies, Robin, she bought me earrings and a necklace with spoons on it. And I was wearing it, and this lady goes, oh, you wear spoons. Is it because you like to cook? And I was like, oh my God. I was like, well, yes, I do like to cook. But that's not the reason why I'm wearing spoons. And so that's a way for me to tell them. And everyone is so amazing. And I got a new lady in our group because of the word spoons in the title. She's just like, I live by the spoon theory every day. And when I saw Lupus Spoons, I said, okay, I got to join that group. And I don't even think she's from Chicago. I think she's from a different state, but hey, our doors are open for everyone.
Well, I mean, I appreciate all of this because learning like what inspired you and some of the messaging behind it and storytelling is so great. I did want to I know we have to switch gears a little bit because Chicago.
Yes.
As someone that's a pizza lover and all that good stuff with everything that Chicago brings. I mean, we're on a road trip, right? So imagine us on a road trip and having fun. What would it be like with you on the van going around the country? Like, what are some of the needs that you need for the road trip?
Music. If we don't have music, we're not going anywhere. I like music. I don't like music. I love music and all different kinds of music, but then we can have it playing in the background because all we're going to keep on doing is talking and laughing and talking and laughing. But no matter what, I just need music in the background. And then I go by little, sometimes I'll have my salsa merengue and bachata on, and then I'll have my country music. I'm Puerto Rican, but let me tell you, Luke Bryant is my country boyfriend, and so is Blake Shelton. I love country music thanks to my dad. And then I'll do my R&B, and then I'll do my rap. So I have a little bit of everything. So for sure, music. And we need snacks. It's so cute when I go on a road trip with my dad because we go camping a lot. So with my dad, he buys a bag of fruits and like those little burnt peanuts. But then when I'm with my mom, we've got chips, we got sandwiches, we've got drinks and everything. It's just like, it's so different to go with Papi and then to go with Mom on our road trips. And my daughter and my mom and I go on road trips all the time. That's our little mini vacation. But yes, music and just conversation. I just love and looking at the scenery and looking at the landscape, and it's just like, I love road trips. That's where we can just forget about everything and just be gone, just go and just enjoy ourselves. And I love it. And it's so cute. My mom will be in the background. She's like, I've got my table, I've got my stuff, and she brings her little table and she's doing her Avon stuff and all her paperwork, her receipts and stuff. But then if you tell her, Mom, I'm thirsty. Okay, what do you want? I have this. I have that. I have this. And okay, Mom, I'm hungry. Okay, let's do this. Let's have this. And so she's what is it? The co-pilot. She'll have all the food, stashed up, and she has it in the back, and it's like she has it all organized, ready to go. So we don't have to stop for food. Yeah.
We'll be well prepared with food, and I can just see it now with you and Estella in the back. Like, we have a sprinter and those cool tables and all that stuff. You guys are chit-chatting away, having a blast. I'm like, do these people sleep at all? I'll be driving us around. So
I know all the laughing. You have me smiling over here because I'm just like, this is probably one of the top most, funnest? Is funnest even a word? The most fun interview that we've had so far. I can't stop smiling because your energy is just so great. And, so just for everyone, the smiles that we're having, we're actually releasing those neuropeptides. So we're fighting off the stress. So
look at her throwing off the science.
Yes. Well, I'm thinking this smile, it even hurts because I have had a lot of pain, but I can't stop smiling. And all I can think of is just all the stress that we're relieving this morning. And I love it. Your passion is so amazing. You have me smiling over here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I know. It'd be fun with all the music and jamming. I think this is going to be like a lead up to like when we can do an advocacy type tour with advocates around the
Mhm.
country. Like you guys just jump on board. I've always wanted to do that. So I think this is just the beginning of figuring out how to get this. And like, people will drop you back off or pick you up as we go around and figuring out what type of, if it's an RV or a Sprinter, because, different licenses, although I think we had Ken who knows how to drive a tour bus. So we have some drivers already set, and the corn nuts and gum popping galore with
Oh
the,
yeah.
are you a gum popper? Uh-oh.
I was popping my gum the other day and I thought of Estela. I was like, oh, Estela, that one's for you. Oh, that one's for you.
Oh, so yeah, you guys will be cracking up in the back, and some of us in the front will be trying to navigate and find our way around, and you guys will be just laughing. So I think it's so good. We'll have a lot of laughter going on.
But I love it. You guys I wish I would have known you when you came to Chicago. I wish I would have loved to take you around. And I remember when I first heard of Estela and Juana, I remember them coming to Chicago for the rheumatology. And I was just like, oh, if I knew their phone number, I can call them and say, hey, where are you ladies staying? I'll go and get you and let's go around the town. And I'm like, they're not going to know who I am. Will they say yes? Will they? And I'm like, how do I get a hold of that? I wish I would have known your number, because I was just like, I would have taken you around.
Mari, let me tell you, I probably would have said yes. Well, 100% would have said yes. And yeah, Chicago was the first time that we went to the ACR, and it was the first time that they showed the patient's perspective posters. So we actually went. It is an amazing story, because they were going to feature our story as loved ones and caregivers in a booth. And I was like, how can we go there? We couldn't afford it. And we reached out to Kathleen from Lupus and Allied Diseases Association, and she made it happen. So it was really, really amazing to be there. But I also, for my regular work, I went to Chicago, and it's just beautiful. And, I was able to go to the suburbs. I got on the train and everything. I think that's what the train. And it was just amazing and beautiful. So yeah, we're going to go one day, and you're going to take us to see that red dragon.
And let me tell you, you're not going to go to the suburbs when you're with me. We're going to stay in the city, because I love my city. I love my city. And I know that in the news, there's so much bad publicity on Chicago. And I know, people say, oh, it's dangerous to be in Chicago, but it's still so beautiful to be in Chicago. Our horizon is like no other city's horizon. There's a spot that you go by Lake Michigan, and you can see the horizon, and it's just like breathtaking. You go during the day when it's bright, and then you go at night when it's just the lights, the city lights. It's amazing. It's amazing. So you ladies are always welcome, and you call me, because my daughter Yamari calls me Mari GPS, and so I'll take you wherever. We have our Lakeshore Drive is the road that runs parallel to Lake Michigan. So you have one side is the lake, one in the middle is the Lakeshore Drive, which is LSD, and then you have the city on the other side. So it's just like, it's amazing. I'm terrified of water, but I love Lakeshore Drive because it's so beautiful. I'm terrified of deep water. So whenever I'm by the water, I'm like, I'm terrified. But we have so many beautiful bridges that go over the Chicago River, and we have the Lake Michigan, and we have on the lake, we have Navy Pier, which is this long pier that has our humongous, gorgeous Ferris wheel, and they have so many halls in there that they have so many stores. And then we have our huge boats that go along inside. They'll take you around Lake Michigan, the Spirit of Chicago, and it's just gorgeous. I love my city. I know that in the summer it's really hot, in the winter it's super cold, but there's no other city I'd rather be than Chicago. And then you have so much food. Like so many people leave Chicago and they're like, Marty, I can't wait to just go and visit and just eat the food. And I'm like, come on in, come on. So yeah.
That would be me. I mean, I think I missed out. So what happens when we were going on the trips is like I would try to connect with people and see what I could do to go out and explore. I mean, my boyfriend goes to see all the baseball games, so we had to see the Cubs and the White Sox. We always and the minor league teams if there's any baseball teams, anything and everything he goes to, but I don't usually go with him. So I'm not the type too that'll explore by myself because I have no sense of direction. So I need someone that knows a GPS and can like show us around. So that's awesome. I do, before we close out, because we're almost close to an hour, want to go back to the slides if we can. Hopefully it works like without kicking us off, because I know I'm on a hot spot right now. So that's how I got to come back in. Let's because I love this picture of, you know, your mom is now in the butterflies. So we saw you previously, and now I see your mom and some pictures with your mom. And then was this other picture in the lower corner, is that with advocacy type work or?
With me with the microphone? Yes.
No, I guess we'll like, yeah, let's just go through the pictures.
The 4 pictures? Yeah. Okay, so that was when we drove up. That's my daughter with the bun, Yamari, and we drove up to Detroit, Michigan. See, I told you we love our road trips. We drove up to Detroit, Michigan, and we got to meet Dr. Thomas and Donna Oram, and we finally got to meet Kelly face to face because I've known her on the computer, but we got to meet Kelly Rosetta, and that was for Michigan Lupus Foundation. They do their symposium. So we went to the first two, and then with COVID, then it totally messed up 2020. But yeah, that was our their symposium. So I took a picture with the main stars, and I have a picture with Ben, but I don't have it here. But I do have a picture with him, with Ben from Michigan Lupus Foundation.
Oh, cool. So you were connecting with and I mean, I recognize Kelly and stuff. So this is just part of the experience of all when we had a chance to do road trips more and connect with each other.
Yeah. So that Dr. Thomas is the doctor that wrote Lupus Encyclopedia, the Lupus Encyclopedia. So that's him on the bottom picture with us. And that day, from the raffle, I won the Lupus Encyclopedia and my Bible, and you should see, I have pen marks, I have my highlighter and stuff. And then on the bottom right, that's Donna Oram. That is the creator of When Lupus Throws You for a Loop, the book, and the creator of the pin, I Talk Out Loud About Lupus. She is, oh my God, I love her. I love these people. Once I got diagnosed, I lost so many supposedly friends, but I've got so many more friends now. And they're true friends. And these people, all of you from different states, have become so close with me. And I love that friendship more than the friendship that I used to go and hang out with, because this is like real, true friendship and very understanding. Everyone understands what everyone's going through. And if we make plans and we break them last minute, it's because we're not feeling good. You're not going to get upset at each other because you understand.
Well, let me just tell you, Mari, this is amazing. I love all these pictures. We do the same thing like I was telling you. And I love, you know, Donna Oram and Kelly and all this. And it's just amazing to see your passion. Like I said, you know, everything that you're doing. And, you know, who knows, maybe when we can fly, I'll let you know when my sister and I stop in Chicago.
Oh, for sure.
Or Michigan, who knows?
I live 12 minutes away, like less than 20 minutes, between 12 and 20 minutes away from O'Hare. And I live 2 miles west of the Chicago Cubs Park. So I'm in a great spot.
GPS, Melissa. So we need her.
And I'm
all the road trips.
Yeah, and I'm only 10 miles away from the Chicago White Sox Park. So, and 15 minutes away from downtown. So we've got it. I thank God we are so blessed to live in a spot in the city that we have everything. And we're close to everything. Let me tell you, the picture on the right where I am with the microphone, that is the Middle B Foundation. That's Brienne, and Brienne does not have lupus, but her sister passed away very young with lupus. And the drive that has gotten this young woman, she started her own non-for-profit, and all she wants to do is bring awareness and try to understand what this illness is. And she is amazing. She's done her walks, and so she asked me to speak to at her walk, and I was just so honored. So my mom and I went to that walk, and we actually did the walk with her. And she's amazing. She's an amazing young lady. I love her. She just gave me a basket full of all this cleaning supplies and all this stuff. And oh my God, she's amazing. She's beautiful. So
Oh,
Brienne,
that's
if you're
awesome.
watching, I love you. I love you.
Well, let's definitely, I mean, send me the link after this to like how we can support her and stuff,
Yeah.
along with all the work you're doing. I love this picture because I think this reminds me of stuff that I saw Estella and want to be a part of here. So
This is the Night of Beauty. I think that's what it was called, the Night of Beauty, where they came to Sephora in downtown Chicago, and they just dialed us up. They made us feel like we were superstars. I felt like my J-Lo self. I felt it. We walked in, and all the cosmetologists and everyone, they're just cheering us on. They're clapping, and they stood on either sides, and then we walked in the middle. But they put music on. They had doctors there speaking to us. They fixed our hair. They fixed our makeup. Don't touch my hair. My hair is just in a ponytail, John. That's enough. But they put makeup on us, and then we've got the scarves and stuff. But that's my mom. In the middle, that's Janet. She is now in New Jersey, and she still chimes in on our support group. I met her here at another support group, and she has lupus and fibromyalgia. So that's my true sister. We got both of the same kind. And then that is Maria in the back in between Janet and I, and her daughter is Jerry all the way on the right, and they both have lupus. I met them at a different support group. And then of course mom and I, and my daughter was there, and I don't know if she's taking the picture or where she's at, but she was there with us too. And we got so many good little treats and drank some weird stuff, not liquor or anything, some weird, I don't know, some weird stuff, but it was good.
healthy drinks, like maybe
Yes.
some green juice.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Healthy drinks, and took pictures and everything. And it was awesome. It was nice to see all these other people with lupus, and we were dancing, and we were just having a great time and listening to the amazing doctors that were talking. So it was awesome. It was a fun night.
I loved it. You made me remember of when we did it. We had it here in LA, and my sister and I spoke along with Tichina Arnold, and then there was also a rheumatologist, and the vibe was just a happy vibe. I remember my daughter had her wisdom teeth removed, and she did not want to miss it. And because it was the Night of Beauty, and it was just so much fun, and we took so many pictures, and it was just amazing. What GSK is doing with the Us and Lupus program, it's amazing because they have so many tools that a lot of people can utilize, and you don't have to have, lupus to be able to get all of the information that they have on their website. So I'm glad that you also are part of the Us and Lupus journeys.
My daughter got me into that. My daughter, I didn't know about Us and Lupus at first. And I received a package in the mail, and I was just like, oh, this is cool. This is like a journal. And then all of a sudden, a while later, then I received something else. And I'm like, who knows that I have lupus? Like, how does this group know that I have lupus? And my daughter's like, oh, well, Mom, I saw it on TV and I ordered it for you. And I was like, oh my God. So I put their things out on my resource table too, and I always talk about them. And I met a young lady when we went up to Detroit, Michigan. We met a young lady from there too. And they're very, very helpful. Very helpful. And they're dictionary.
Follow them on social media. They featured our story on there. I don't know if you got to see it. They featured Juana's story and how we started Looms for Lupus. It was pretty amazing to collaborate with them. But look at this amazing picture, all lit up in purple.
Our buildings go in purple. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. And that's what we're hoping they do again now in May, that they dress up all the lights, everything in purple. And the Sears Tower, I'm from Chicago. I was born, raised here. It will never be the Willis Tower. It's the Sears Tower. And I want their antennas up on top to be purple, because they do it every month. They'll change the colors of the antennas on top of Sears Tower to go with some foundation or something that's going on. So I hope in May they do it purple for us too. And there's our spoons.
There's your spoons, just a close up. So yeah, I'm glad everyone got a chance to see all the stuff and the creativity. It's fantastic to get a chance to connect with you more. So before we close out, where can people find you on social media?
Okay, so on Facebook, I'm Lupus Spoons. On Instagram, I am Lupus Spoons Support Group. I don't do Twitter. I don't really understand Twitter.
Well, you're being broadcast on Twitter right now, so you'll have a Twitter following shortly.
Then I have my own personal Twitter, but I don't know how to use it. But now I have to. Now you're gonna get me to get on that.
Well, we're in this together, so if you need to learn any tips, we'll ask Melissa.
Oh yeah, and then my email, it's perfect because it's Lupus Spoons and the date we started, 8/10/19. So August 10th, 2019, but just the 19 at gmail.com.
Awesome. I appreciate this so much. I am so glad we got to connect. I can't wait to give you a giant hug in person. You're just doing amazing work, and we love having you here as well. So I know for closing out tomorrow, you guys have the support group as well for.
Yes. So we have well, first of all, thank you, Mari. Thank you for joining us today. It's been a great road trip to go into Chicago, and hopefully we'll do it in person one day, or we'll bring you over here so we could all be together and enjoy some pizza or something. But yes, tomorrow is our the second Saturday of the month. So we have our support group in Spanish, only Spanish, on Facebook under Looms for Lupus. So para todos los que están escuchando y siguen a Mari, si quieren acompañarnos mañana a las 8 de la mañana en nuestra página de Facebook de Looms for Lupus. We also have our support group via Zoom with Lupus LA at 9 a.m. So if you want Zoom details, please email us and we will get you all the information. And that's at 9:30 a.m. It's every second Saturday of the month. So that's what we have going on tomorrow. So we're just excited again to have you here, Mari, and hopefully you guys can join, or your mom, tomorrow morning or any other second Saturday of the month to join the conversation. And I think we're going to have to come on and join us for nuestro grupo de apoyo en español para todas las personas que viven con lupus y fibromialgia.
For sure. Now, the only thing is that I also have my support group second Saturday of the month. So we're going to have ours starts tomorrow Central Standard Time at 10:30 in the morning. So that's the only thing that I don't like, that you and our support groups conflict in time. But it's just like, but ours starts at 10:30 tomorrow morning, and you can look for us, Lupus Spoons. And one thing before I go, April 27th, Lupus Society of Illinois is going to have a free webinar, and everyone's invited. And our topic this month is lupus nephritis. So I will put that on our social media too. And please, everyone sign up. They're amazing. Their educational events are amazing. You learn so much. I think that I know so much about lupus, and then all of a sudden I learn so much more with their events. So please, April 27th, and it's at 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay.
Central time. Where am I? I'm not
Central.
at Eastern.
You're not on the East Coast yet, so.
Like, wait a minute.
Well, yeah, we'll have to we'll also add that information too in the description of this video so people can like find all those resources for you and definitely know how to connect. So appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us on the Fibromyalgia Impact Tour. I think next week we might integrate some more education because all of you have been asking about functional medicine, and then the following week we'll get back into on the 23rd more interviews with the Social Butterfly Foundation and also with Laxin for Lupus. So we'll have some more interviews coming up with everyone. Thank you everyone for tuning in. You have great comments. We'll see you next time, and we'll see you on the road. Bye.
Thank you, sweetie. Bye-bye.